This is the 7.1 mini lesson. There are two main sections in a small town called the hill section and the lake section. The town has a population of 3,496 people. The number of people who live in the hill section is 295 more than twice the number of people who live in the lake section. How many people live in each section of town? Okay, one method to solve this type of problem is to draw a picture that models the situation. In the picture, you can draw a rectangle or a box to represent an unknown quantity. In the situation given, one unknown quantity is the number of people living in the lake section. Draw a box to represent this and label it with a P. So when you read this, I always try to figure out which section did they tell me nothing about. So they said the number of people who live in the hill section is, so they're telling me about hill, so that means the one they did not tell me about, that's where I'm going to start with my variable. So next, draw 3 boxes to represent the people who live in the hill section. Label these boxes. So when we looked up here, the people that lived in the hill section is 295 more than twice who lived in the lake. Well, if the lake is P, twice that is 2 P's. And if there's 295 more, there would be another 295. And altogether, there's 3,496 people. So why do we think these boxes are labeled this way? Well, P equals the people in lake. So hill, it said twice lake, so we did the 2. And then it also said 295 more. So we're going to use our picture to calculate how many people live in each section of town. So if I have the number of people that live in the lake section is P, the hill section is 2 P's plus 295. So we can represent the picture we drew as a mathematical sentence using operations and an equal sign. Remember that an equation is a sentence you create by placing an equal sign between two expressions. So one way to write an equation is to think about writing it with words. So we could say the people in the lake plus the hill is 3,496. So again, if I look back to here, the number of people in the lake section was P. In the hill section, we had 2P plus 295. So if we add these together. So it says first write an expression to represent the number of people in lake section. We said that was P. Next, write an expression to represent the number of people in the hill. We already said that that's 2P plus 295. So if we're going to turn this into an equation, I have people in lake plus the people in hill, and that has to equal my 3,496. Okay, we can actually solve this. If I combine like terms, I get 3P plus 295. Now if I subtract 295 from both sides, and if I divide both sides by 3, P equals, so if I don't know that, 3,201 divided by 3, bring down the 2, that goes in 0, bring down the 0, 3 goes in 20, 6 times is 18, subtract, I get 2, bring down the 1, 3 goes into 21, 7. So P is 1,067. So that means if I look back up above, that's the number of people who live in the lake section. So to find this, I plug this in for P So 2 times 1067 plus 295. So when we multiply this, so multiply these two times 2. So this gives me 2,134 plus 295. Add that over here. So 2,429 people live in the hills section. And if I add these two together, I got back that 3,496 people total. Okay, so we're going to try this a couple more times here. One of the farms outside of town uses a water tank for irrigation. The water tank holds a total of 5,600 gallons. The tank has 3 pipes through which water drains to irrigate the 3 different areas of the field. When water is drained from the tank, so here they're telling me now about pipe B, drains twice as much as A. Now they're telling me about C. C drains 65 gallons more than B. So they did not tell me about A, so that's going to be my variable. Assume that the tank is drained completely before it's refilled. How many gallons of water does each pipe drain? So we're going to draw a picture. So I'm going to call pipe A X. So now I have to come back up here again. They tell me about pipe B. Pipe B drains twice as much as A. So pipe B drains twice as much. That would be 2 X's. Pipe C drains 65 gallons more than B. So C does everything B does, but 65 gallons more. And altogether, it's 5,600 gallons. So use your picture to determine the number of gallons of water each pipe drains. So let's solve this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 X's plus 65 equals 5,600. So if I solve, I subtract 65 from both sides. When we do that, we get 5,535. Then if I divide each side by 5, I get X equaling 1,107. So that means pipe A drains 1,107 gallons. Well, B drains twice that. So I can take 1,107 times 2, and that gives me 2,214 gallons. Pipe C is 2X, which is this, plus another 65. So it's the 1,107 times 2, and then we add 65 to that, and I end up with 2,279 gallons. If we add all this up, we should get back our 5,600 gallons. So pipe A, 1,107, pipe B, 2,214, pipe C, 2,279 gallons. Okay, this is the end of the mini lesson.